Kroger Tender Ray Beef. No other beef so fresh can be so tender. Presents Hearts in Harmony, transcribed. K is for Kroger. C is for cut. B is for beef. KCB means Kroger cut beef. And Kroger cut beef means more meat for your money. Remember that fact, ladies. Remember that Kroger cut beef gives you more meat, less waste, and for this reason. Before the meat is weighed and priced, the Kroger method of cutting beef removes excess bone, excess waste, and stringy ends. Yes, that's before the meat is weighed and priced. And listen, you get the top U.S. government grades of beef. Yes, sirree. It's tender, juicy, rich red, and marbled with just the right amount of flavory fat. So you get better value in top-grade beef. Let's take a Kroger cut chuck roast as an example. Before the roast is weighed and priced, the Kroger method of cutting beef removes excess waste and stringy meat. You're bound to get a better value because you get more solid meat, only a minimum of bone. No matter which you prefer, steak or roast, you receive more meat, less waste in Kroger cut beef. But make that discovery for yourself. Visit your neighborhood Kroger store and get Kroger cut beef. It gives you more meat for your money. And now, Hearts in Harmony. Penny Gibbs has promised Mrs. Carlton that she'll do what she can to help young Barry Carlton. Penny thought she might have trouble keeping her promise, but Barry himself made it easy by asking a surprised Penny Gibbs for a date. It's now 11 in the evening, and Barry is driving her home.
Penny, do I really have to drive you home so early?
I'm afraid you do, Barry. I'm sorry, but I have to get up awfully early in the morning.
Oh, why?
Because I have to, that's why. I have work to do.
But why in the morning? Mornings are for sleep. Afternoons for rest, and nights for having a good time.
Well, maybe yours are, Barry, but if I didn't start work in the morning, and pretty early at that, I'd never get anything done.
Now, just what do you have to get done?
Well, let me see now. I had to take care of the house.
I thought that was Nora's job.
No, the baby's Nora's responsibility.
Oh.
Nora does some of the housework, but the house is much too big for one person to take care of.
Well, then why don't you hire some help for Nora?
Well, I would if I could, but that'd be too expensive.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I forget sometimes that others don't have all the money they need.
Well, I really wasn't complaining about it, Barry.
You wouldn't. You wouldn't complain about anything. That's one of the things I like about you. You don't mind if I like you, do you?
No, but I wish you wouldn't take your eyes off the road to tell me that.
Oh, no, this car of mine can practically steer itself. Look.
No, Barry, don't take your hands off the steering wheel. Please don't.
Now, you don't mean you prefer the old-fashioned way of driving a car.
Well, I believe in driving a car the way it should be driven. Now, don't let go of the steering wheel again.
Did I really frighten you? I'm sorry.
It's a good thing we didn't hit a bump in the road or a rock or something. I'd be much sorrier about it.
You're going to have me feeling like a heel if you keep that up.
Well, you just shouldn't take chances like that. Hope you don't do it often.
Oh, yes, whenever I feel like it.
Look, aren't you ever going to grow up?
I hope not.
You should hope so.
Why? Why should I grow up when it's much more fun to be a kid?
But you're not a kid, Barry. You're 30 years old.
31.
Yeah, well, all right, 31. That's all the more reason that you should want to grow up and settle down. Decide what you want to do.
Oh, I've already decided what to do. I'm going to remain a kid all my life.
It's not very smart to remain a kid all your life.
It's being a genius, if I can do it.
Now, will you listen to me? I'm being serious, and you're not.
So am I. I'm serious. I know just what's going to happen to me before long. It'll go like this. 5, 10, maybe 15 years from now, I'll begin to slow up, and to think, and to take stock of myself. And I'll decide that it's time that I did something with myself. Then I'll do what all men do when they come to their senses.
And just what's that?
Well, I'll become a solid citizen. Or a family man. Or a businessman, or something equally dull and ordinary. But I'll wait till that time comes.
Well, of course, that's the way you want to live your life. It's certainly all right with me.
What? No objections?
Well, why should I object? You're over 21.
I know what you're going to say. I'm over 21.
Yes, you are old.
And I'm over 31 by several months.
Well, then you're certainly old enough to decide for yourself what to do with your life.
Yes, but what if I make the wrong decision?
Well, I just guess that's a chance we all take.
Yeah, but doesn't it bother you? I mean, aren't you interested in seeing me make a right decision?
Of course I'm interested in seeing you make a right decision. I don't like to see anyone make a mistake.
Oh, I see. You feel about me the way you feel about just anyone, do you?
Oh, it's beside the point. The point is, Barry, that you do know the difference between right and wrong. At least you ought to. And if you want to wait 10 or 15 years to start making something of yourself, that's entirely up to you.
I see. In other words, I can just waste my time, waste my life altogether. You won't care.
I didn't say anything about that.
But you're not anxious to see me change my ways.
It's just that I don't think your ways are any of my business.
You could make them your business.
Barry, will you listen to me? You are not a child. You are a grown man. You're an adult person.
An adult who's never done a worthwhile thing or an hour's honest work in his life. Penny, would it mean anything to you if I got a job?
It would mean a lot to you. You'd be happier.
Yes, but would it make you happier?
Barry, don't go to work for my sake. Go to work for your own.
But you don't know me, Penny. There's a much better chance of my taking a job for the sake of someone else than for myself. Now tell me, would you like me to try working?
Why do you think I suggested that you go to work several days ago?
And would it, make you happier? Please, answer that, Penny.
Of course it would, Barry, because you'd be happier.
Well, you make getting a job sound almost interesting. What do I mean, almost? The word interesting should be unqualified. Unqualified when it comes to a job. That's a perfect description of me.
No, you can do lots of things.
Oh, what? What?
Well, you can do anything you want to do if you really want to do it.
Well, I don't really want to do it. But for you, I will.
No. Don't do it for me. Do it for you.
All right. We won't argue about why I'm doing it. I'll just do it and... Hey, what's that idiot truck driver trying to do?
Barry, he's turning into the street in front of us.
Good night, without even signaling. Hold on, Penny. I've got to slow down.
Oh, golly. Oh, Barry. Oh, golly.
Well, that was close. We nearly plowed into the side of that truck.
Oh, you'd think he'd have waited till we passed the intersection anyway.
Yeah. I think he'd have seen us, too, but he didn't.
Seems kind of silly. I don't know why he didn't see us. Our headlights are on, aren't they?
Sure they're on.
Oh, good heavens, Barry, aren't they?
No, they're on all right. For a minute, I thought they weren't. I guess that truck driver must have been driving in his sleep.
It's a good thing you were awake.
Yeah.
We might have had a very unhappy end to an extremely pleasant evening.
Say, you had a good time tonight, did you?
Yes, I did, Barry. It was lovely.
Good. Well, seems to me that would call for an encore. Or maybe we can make it a habit.
Oh, hardly a habit. I happen to be a fairly busy girl, but you might phone me sometime.
Oh, that sounds like far from a habit. Do I just call you just sometime, or can't you be a little more definite?
Must I be more definite?
I wish you would be.
Oh, it's not necessary, Barry. I'll be around. You call me.
Well, that sometime isn't much of a help.
Well, I think it's better to leave it sometime.
Look, can't we make it definite for, say, just one night, say tomorrow or the night after?
You better call me. I can't promise you anything, Barry.
All right. But I'm going to make a pest of myself until you say yes. I'm sure you can't be busy all the time.
No, I'm not busy all the time, but you'll be busy, and especially busy when you get that job.
I'll never let myself get too busy to see you, Penny. Maybe a man can waste his life loafing, but I think he can waste it working too much, too.
Oh, crickets, Mr. Keith, you just love peanuts, don't you?
Well, kind of a shell I do, Nora. Guess I'm part squirrel or something.
Or part elephant, maybe.
Well, that's right. They go for peanuts, too, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. I'm getting peanut shells all over the living room rug, Nora.
Oh, that's all right.
Well, it means more work for you if I leave them there. But don't worry, I'll pick them up.
No, the rug needs a good vacuuming anyhow, Mr. Keith. Leave a few of the shell crumbs there, and I'll just have to clean it.
You have to force yourself to work, too, huh?
Sometimes. Well, Cricket's housework isn't exactly fun. Most of the time, though, it's all right. Golly, you know, Miss Gibbs said she'd be home early, but it's after 11 already.
Oh, well, that's still early, Nora. Look, if you want to go on upstairs and go to bed, why, go ahead.
Oh, no. I think it's just super talking to you. But I don't want you to think that I told you Miss Gibbs would be home early just so you'd stay and talk to me.
Why, Nora, I would have stayed anyhow. I really like talking to you.
I don't talk too much, Mr. Keith?
Oh, whoever told you did?
Well, nobody, but Daddy says young people always have a tendency to talk too much, especially when they're with grown-ups. Makes them feel grown up, too.
Oh? Well, you tell your father he doesn't have to worry about you. You're not 100% perfect, I don't imagine, but you're as perfect as they come. How is your dad, by the way?
Oh, he's just super, Mr. Keith.
That's good.
He and Freddie are working awfully hard at the farm, though. Freddie spends the night out there a couple of times a week now.
Oh, Freddie at the farm tonight?
Mm-hmm. He and Dad are working on some machinery or something. I don't understand those things.
I don't either. I wish I did.
Oh, Freddie's just super when it comes to machinery, and he never went to school or anything. I think that's marvelous, don't you?
I certainly do. You're rather proud of Freddie, aren't you?
Oh, crickets, Mr. Keith, please don't tease me.
Oh, I'm not teasing you, Nora. I'm serious. Why, I'm proud of him myself. Freddie's come a long way in a short time, and he's done most of it himself. I think if I'd had as bad a start in life as Freddie, I wouldn't amount to anything to this day.
I know Freddie has it. Oh, I think a car just stopped out in front of the house, Mr. Keith.
I think I heard it too, Nora. Maybe it's Penny.
Well, she said she'd be home early, so I suppose she'll be coming home about now. I think I'll go to the window and see.
Oh, Nora, you're a regular old woman. You'd think you were a mother waiting up for a daughter to come home.
Oh, crickets, I'm not that bad. Oh, it is Miss Gibbs, Mr. Keith.
Oh?
Oh, and what a beautiful car Mr. Carlton has.
Oh, which one is he driving tonight, the Cadillac or the Packard?
Oh, crickets, I don't know. I can't tell one automobile from another. What kind is it, Mr. Keith?
Well, let's see. I think it's a Packard. Yes, it is.
Oh, they're getting out of the car.
Mm-hmm. Penny certainly looks beautiful, doesn't she?
Oh, golly, I think she's the most beautiful person I've ever seen. Mr. Carlton is handsome, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Mr. Keith, did you see what just happened?
Mm-hmm. Barry leaned over and kissed Penny.
Oh, golly, does that mean he's in love with her?
Well, no, not necessarily. Nora.
Yes, Mr. Keith.
Let's not tell Penny we saw what just took place.
Why doesn't Johnny Keith want Penny to know he saw Barry Carlton kissing her? Is Barry going to work because he's seriously interested in Penny? Be sure to listen to the next dramatic episode of Hearts in Harmony. KCB. KCB. KCB means Kroger Cut Beef. And Kroger Cut Beef means more meat for your money. Right. Kroger Cut Beef gives you more meat, less waste. Because before the meat is weighed and priced, the Kroger method of cutting beef removes excess bone, excess waste, and stringy ends. Take a Kroger cut round steak or roast, for example. The Kroger method of cutting beef removes excess waste and stringy meat before the steak or roast is weighed and priced. You get a minimum of bone. Yes, you get choice cuts only, and it's top U.S. government grades of beef. Beef that's tender, juicy, rich red, and marbled with just the right amount of flavory fat. But visit your neighborhood Kroger store and see for yourself. Remember, whether you buy a steak or a roast, Kroger Cut Beef gives you more meat for your money. Ladies, make plans right this instant to visit your neighborhood Kroger store, the only place you can buy Kroger Cut Beef. Surprise and delight your family with a delicious and juicy steak or roast. And remember, in Kroger Cut Beef, you get more meat for your money, because the Kroger method of cutting beef gives you more meat, less waste. Get Kroger Cut Beef right away at your neighborhood Kroger store. Be sure to join us again tomorrow, same time, same station, for another thrilling transcribed chapter of Hearts in Harmony.